Nitwit Inc. presents When Your Hand is in the Lion's Mouth, The Life and Wisdom of a Man Named Green by Nita Whitaker. Read for you by the author, me. With chapter headings read by Green Whitaker Sr. and featuring a special interview and song selection by Green Whitaker Sr.
To know Green Whitaker, Papa Green, is to love him. His eyes sparkle with joy, the spirit, and sometimes mischief, all of which were imbued within his daughter, Nita. You can feel the love he poured into the little girl attached to her daddy's leg, and the woman whose laughter is beautiful and serves humanity in the spirit of the Good Samaritan. In the 20-plus years I've been privileged to know Papa Green, he has never forgotten my name, though I'm likely to be called Baby, quite happily I might add. Nor has he forgotten when we first met, and he has always made me feel loved. His voice speaks to the soul of the beautiful blackness that nourishes the South in spite of itself, and his singing harkens back to a vocal style of church and field that reminds me of my Southern-born grandma, puts tears in my eyes, and will soon be lost if not preserved. The way Princess Tiana was loved and supported by her daddy taught her how to love and value her culture and the soul of culture, humanity. It allowed her to step out into the world assured, to discover and grasp her dreams, love, and even in the end, to her surprise, a crown. That was a beautiful fairy tale, and not always the way men of that era were taught to or allowed to love. But Papa Green is a real-life prince of a man who loved his wife in a warm and tactile way, and did the same with his son and 3 daughters. And yes, the youngest even worked and found her way to a crown, but that's her story to tell. Green is the color of nourishment, of life and growth, and Green Whitaker has nourished his family, lived a life that, though small to some, is vast in its knowledge and experience. And through his words, actions, and love, he continues to grow a family through his children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and those just happy to be taken under his wing, a people that refuse to be extinguished time and time again. I am so glad that his journey is being preserved and shared in this beautiful tribute to a man who continues to walk in love, strength, and dignity. A man whose words are worthy of hearing and learning from. A man whose hand was in the lion's mouth more often, I'm sure, than we know, but who has all 10 fingers intact. A man I am honored to love. Introducing Mr. Green Whitaker Sr. My name is Anika Noni Rose, and you may know me as the voice of Disney's Princess Tiana.
Dedication. For my sweet mommy in heaven, Ola Mae Whitaker, everything I do, I think of you, and hope I'm making you proud. For my siblings, Kathy, Aline, and Green Jr., and my amazing daughters, Sky and Lacey LaFontaine, you've all blessed and enriched my life. But mostly for you, my dearest Daddy, I write and dedicate this book to you and your extraordinary love. I believe this book will be a source of inspiration for those who will get to know you in these pages. Thank you, Daddy. Introduction. Whenever a friend or family member would confide in me or ask me for advice, I found myself reaching back and drawing from the same well of wisdom, quips, and anecdotes that my dad tapped to help us all navigate life. He handed us stories laced with lessons and learning. When I realized the deeper universal value of his stories, how he navigated the life he was born into, his lessons and recollections, this book was born. My dad has lived most of his life with his hand in the lion's mouth. Being born a black man in the rural South, there was always the desire for a better life and big dreams against the lion's trampling oppression of the Jim Crow era. Watching his parents and other siblings navigate a way forward to become independent of the system
Sample complete. Ready to continue?